Welcome to Out of the Blank.
Welcome to another episode of Out of the Blank Podcast, Take Two, with Jason Latona, Power Ranger, arm wrestler. We've known each other 2.5 years, so everyone who's seen all the experts on my show, this is what happened before the experts came on. But we got an expert in the field, expert in the craft, expert storyteller, Jason Latona.
Expert thumb mechanic exerciser guy. That's what I'm an expert in. All things thumbs.
Are you a good puller?
Yeah, good puller. I'm a good puller. I own good pullas.
How many pull-ups can you do?
A lot.
Like 30?
Like a lot. Yeah. I don't even do pull-ups. I don't do pull-ups anymore without weight on me. It also feels like I'm cheating. It feels like I got a Game Shark, from are you old enough to know what Game Shark is?
I know what Game Shark is.
All right. I don't know what year they went out. I've always thought it was like they went out once the cartridge based games went away.
When the good stuff started to go away, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So how's it been? It's been a while.
Fudge. Good. See, I said fudge.
Good?
No, and like I said, I am drinking a Fat Tuesdays. It's a blend of my cherry and my grape. That's what I'm drinking today.
Is it Kool-Aid?
It's Kool-Aid. It's always Kool-Aid. Yeah.
Sugar-free?
I don't know what the hell's in it. That's probably way better if I had some sugar. It's probably got all freaking chemicals. But yeah, it's 0 calorie Kool-Aid.
You're about to say you're a very health conscious guy. I'm surprised you drink Kool-Aid.
I love Kool-Aid. I drink the Kool-Aid, man. That's the only Kool-Aid I drink, actually. There's a joke in there somewhere. Yeah, that's what it is. That's this is my metaphor red pill. As long as I'm drinking this, I'm immune to the BS of societies.
Do you drink it before a lift? Like when you're going into arm wrestle someone, and when you go grip the table, you just drink a quick pump of, or you snort the Kool-Aid powder, don't you?
You're right the first time. I snort the cocaine. I was right the first time. No Kool-Aid. I do smelling salts. I have brought smelling salts to.
I got a story for you about smelling salts. We just had them at my work recently. I work at a gym, so we had a smelling salts at the front desk, and I was like, "What is this?" And it was red, and I was like, "I've never seen a red kind before, but I know this is smelling salts. Has a rhino on it."
The powder was red, or the bottle was red?
The inside of the thing was like a gel. It wasn't even a smelling salt powder. Okay. And I sniffed it, and whoo, got lit up. So I was like, oh, I know how this feels. So I'm just going to try and get some people at the front desk. So every time someone comes to the front desk, we got older folks coming in. I'll be like, hey, you want to sniff this? Like, what is it? I'm like, smelling salts. You ever try it before? They're like, no. I'm like, all right, just don't stick your nose in it. And a couple of people passed. And then I got one guy, my buddy's, I think it's his grandpa. And he started tearing up, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, but he looked like he wanted to hit me.
So, yeah, well, dude, I've had so many things where I go to give them to either a lifter or an arm wrestler, whatever, mainly lifters, and I go, here you go. I go, don't get too, and before I'm going, they're doing this, and then I've seen a guy literally went to do a PR, tried smelling stuff the first time, and literally just couldn't do anything because all he did was gag and vomit after that. So I mean, it's depending on the brand. I have one that's super duper strong. Because I don't know, Juji Mufu, he promotes that one. He has do you know who that is? Juji Mufu?
Juicy Fruit?
No, he's he's like a bodybuilder acrobat. He's pretty famous on online. He's got probably over 2 million followers on YouTube or whatever. But
more than me.
Yeah, what's his Juji Juji Mufu Mufu.
This reminds me of that movie with Adam Sandler, Click, where he's like hubba hubba. He's like Habibu.
No, but that is his real name. Yeah, he's a good dude. I met him before, and he kind of got into arm wrestling and too. So that's kind of how I knew him a little bit before then, because he does crazy stuff. He does fold splits, chair splits like Van Damme used to do, with a fucking 215 holding it overhead.
Does he have really long curly hair?
Long,
okay, I know
blonde.
He is. I know
he kind of looks like Thor, but if Thor was more kind of gay.
He's always doing barbell clinches and like stretching or like doing like splits while he does it. And it's just
weird. That's how he put him on the map. He was like because he's a big dude, and so when a small, there's a reason gymnasts are all like 5 foot or under, and when a guy's like 5'8" and jacked and he can like do freaking backflips and handsprings, it's pretty impressive. So yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Do you ever get tired of living in the gym? I feel like you work in the gym, you're in there all the time, you're always taking videos in the gym. I feel like it gets annoying.
I'm not in the gym that often. I'm in there every morning because like I train clients or do my own workouts from 9 to 11. And then I work in where I make my t-shirts from 11 to 6.
I thought you gave up that
7. No, I'm still there.
You told me you moved on to greener pastures.
No, it's just no. I'm just saying it was probably what I was saying back then was I was probably alluding to the fact that the job, it's been good. Everything's been good there. Plus, then I'm making extra money now with the, with the personal training stuff. So
actually, that's a career for most folks.
Personal training.
How many people are you training?
Yeah. I mean, dude, there's guys that I work with, man, that, they have clients all day long and charge $75 an hour. And, with $75 an hour times a 7-8 hour day, that's a lot of money. Even if, they have three days a week, but most of them are like, book like that. I have a few clients online and that I just do programming for. And then I have a few clients at the gym, but yeah, I mean, it's a tough thing, man. Because for me, this is a thing for me always, and you probably know this of me, even when we joke around, but you probably know it deep down. My integrity is more important than anything else to me. Hence why I walked out on the last job I had. And, I like it, my integrity is super high. So if you come to, and personal training to me is just that, personal. Like, we have to have a relationship. You have to be able to get along with the person. And
are you asking for tugs in the parking lot or something?
No. You can't shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's because I'm saying, if I'm going to like pour knowledge into you, like Mr. Miyagi, and you're either, even if we can, as simple as like, if you came into the gym and you're wearing a mask, I ain't training you.
Like, you're that petty? Really? I get it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, because I know we're inherently now, you know why? Because I'm scared of that person. Because truthfully, if you're that scared of the air, those are the people that get hurt.
Well, aren't they allowed to take it off when they work out?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Even if you're walking into me, I don't want your business, because I know we're going to be too far off. We're going to be too far off. You don't got to believe what I believe, but we got to kind of have the same, we have to be the same. We have to be on the same field, same, we have the same base, but we got to be on the same field at least. So.
Let me sales pitch it. He comes in wearing a mask, but he's got a Fat Tuesday shirt on and he believes in the flat earth. That's 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
Mass trumps. Mass is like the Mass like the fucking wild card in Uno. You know what I mean?
Sorry,
draw 4 bit.
That's so
yeah, no, but that's what it is for me. But what I'm just saying, it's not just that. That was the first thing that popped in my head. But anything, if I tell you, hey, what I personally can't stand about personal trainers that I see is I see people every day with different clients, or the same clients, and every day they're doing something different. One day they got one leg up on a bench and, they're doing this overhead thing. And the next day they're doing this, and next thing I do that. And everyone's preaching this whole muscle confusion thing and all that shit like that. And I'm like, ask the best trainers. Find the best personal trainers. It's the best trainers in the world, and they'll all tell you the same thing the same thing in different words. It's same shit, different shirt. That's what it is to get in shape. And I feel like a lot of people, and I try to motivate clients, men and female, both through the fact of getting them stronger. Just so I'm saying, look, this is because if you get stronger while you're eating less, then you're in shape. That's all it is. If someone, or if you're getting stronger and you're eating more, but you're not getting fat, or you're not putting on body fat, you're doing it right. So it's just one of those things. It drives me crazy, because I'm like, it's so simple, but yet I can tell people, want that. They want to like look like they're on the cutting edge of fitness. And I'm like, I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm just showing you how to drive properly. And I don't know. There's something that personally just kind of bothers me in our industry.
You should put that on a shirt.
It'd be a long, big ass shirt. It'd be like the front and the
Not the whole
back.
fucking tirade you just did, but just the part where you're like, you got the wheel. I'm gonna teach you how to drive it.
Oh, that part. Yeah, that part's pretty good. I wasn't paying attention when I was saying.
You have that in your back pocket for something.
No, it's what the fuck am I like?
That hurt a lot.
I don't. That's
the worst part is I can't turn down. My computer is so broken that I can't. There's no audio button, so it's.
I don't know when that happens. It just see like right now it's compressing and it's lower, and then I go to turn it up.
You have auto volume. I bet on it.
I have no idea.
2.5 years,
dude. I don't know, dude. I'm fucking.
You have a survey you make people fill out when they're going to be trained under you.
Yes.
What's the
survey? I have like a 5-page.
Would I pass?
No.
Why?
Why?
Why do you hate
not that
me?
kind of sir? Oh, I don't mean no. I actually don't have anything like that. I do everything off feel. As far as like.
Have you ever drowned anybody in a fountain? That's the main question.
No, I just I mean for that kind of thing. Yeah, I have like have you been injured or whatever just and because dude, again, there are people that it's so crazy to think about, but there are just like there's like accident chasers, people that chase accidents in car vehicles. They joke around about them. It's like you're waiting for a fender bender. You got your the neck brace in the glove compartment.
Insurance scams.
Yeah, insurance scams. I'm saying, but there's the same thing like that exists.
Not sales, scams.
Scams. I said that scams.
You said sales, like you're scams. Selling car insurance and tossing your briefcase out the window. You're my client.
No, scams. But I'm saying those same people are chasing personal trainers looking for insurance scams like that. Because, dude, they know I have like $3 million personal liability insurance, for my clients. Like, dude,
what?
Yeah, you have to have a lot of insurance like that. Yeah, man.
Do you think that people are just not trying to chase the money, but just trying to chase their own happiness? People want to be happy.
No, I'm talking about. Wait, we're not. I think we're totally. I'm talking about. I can't tell if you're joking or not. I'm too high.
People want to be happy. They're trying to get in the best physical shape, or they're trying to get in a little bit of shape and then go drink a bunch of alcohol and eat a bunch of bad foods.
No, but I'm just talking about the scamming part. That's all I think. I don't care about why people want to train. Everyone has a different. I'm never going to knock someone's reason for self-improvement, so I'm never going to knock that. But like I said, it's just for me, there's just things I'm looking for. And I money's important to other people that said to me, do you want me to take like more? You have blah, blah, blah. You could be taking like 6, 7 more clients or whatever. And I'm just like, if the right person comes in the door and we get a vibe and they understand what I'm going to do and they agree with what I'm going to do. And I, because I train everyone. I think I've said this on the show before, that most people go in the gym and they exercise, right? They exercise in the gym.
That's what the gym is for.
And most people go to exercise. I go in and I take my clients in to train. The difference is between training and exercise is going into the gym and doing what you want to do. Training is going into the gym and doing what you need to do or what's necessary to do for you to improve. And that's the difference. And without the guidance, most people, you watch guys go into the gym. What's the two most right now? What's the two most popular lifts in the gym for a man? Seriously.
Bench press and deadlifts.
No, come on, bench press and bicep curls. That's the two most lift, dude. You walk by there, everyone's curling, everyone's benching, everyone's
gotta get the
curling.
Big arms.
But again, well, here's the thing. But that's even that. That's if you said to me, I'm curling because I want big arms, and I would say, well, your triceps make up 2/3 of your upper arm mass. And so let's get bigger triceps. And it's this other thing. Why are you bench pressing? I want to look big. Why? Well, if you want width, you need to do heavy pull-ups. You need a back.
I want to get jacked. So whenever the school bullies make fun of me, I can fight back.
You need to get testosterone and training.
That's a real thing. I'll do it. There's a girl that walked into my gym and clearly she was on something. And I was going to ask because I was like, I'm not even jealous. I'm not even trying to be rude. I'm just genuinely curious. I mean, if you're a woman, what's the worst you got to, if you have kids already and you're older, why not take steroids? Is that bad?
Well, here's the thing. All men and women both need testosterone and estrogen, right? Most of the problems come from imbalance, not too much high estrogen. You're actually going to be okay if you have high test low estrogen, that's really bad. If you have same thing, low estrogen or high estrogen, low testosterone, that's really bad. So everyone should be looking for hormonal balance. And
I'm just trying to start an OnlyFans where all I do is break watermelons with my legs.
Yeah, you could. Well, I can get you strong doing that. But the point is you.
I want to be able to bench a car.
And I can crush a watermelon like this.
Well, that's easier than it is to do with your legs.
No, your legs is way easier.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, dude, your leg muscles are so strong. Think about it.
I'm like person, a paraplegic. I can lift myself up and do pull-ups all day long because my legs.
Well, okay, maybe your legs, but like an average person's legs are much stronger than their.
I'm trying, but all the 4 hours of cardio doesn't help my leg mass at all.
Yeah, that's definitely not helping.
It's gotten so bad that I'll be laying down and I'll be staring at my ceiling, and then my legs will have a random spasm so bad that where my leg just shoots up and it hurts, and I don't know when it's going to happen. Where it made me start to. Actually, there's a brief amount of time in my show where I was reaching out to people about neurodegenerative diseases because I was that scared, where I was like, am I slowly like disorienting my brain to where it can't send signals properly to my feet, to my toes? And sometimes you get that toe cramp and it keeps going. It keeps going. You just roll out of bed and start flopping around like a seal on the ground looking for a fish.
I've never got that bad. No, I'd usually just lay there and cry in the middle of the night. That's a thing too, man. You get, you're talking about, I wanted to touch on a couple things, but like, I know, like I've taken, certain different kind of oral steroids, to be like prep for a competition or, whatever, just in the past when I was just like, I didn't even know, to be fair, I didn't even know they were steroids at the time because they were illegal. Oral. Yeah. Meaning you could take them by mouth, not injectables.
Ooh. Okay. I wasn't even talking about injectables. I was talking about something else. Thought they were like the ones you spread
put in your mouth.
And
that's rectal.
Oh,
there is that too.
I've been taking my pills wrong.
That's actually, it's okay, dude. So this is really funny. That's actually becoming really popular in the bodybuilding world, and the powerlifting world is taking their oral drugs, dissolve them in saline or some type of biostatic water, and then putting them in a syringe and put them up your ass. Because with those two things, one, it absorbs directly into your bloodstream. That's why if you're going to take a pill, like you want it to work good, even if it's like Advil, let it break up under your tongue. It goes directly into your bloodstream and it passes your liver. So that's the two things. Most medicine, whether like it's an Advil or like I said, an anabolic steroid, it has to pass through your liver. So and when it does that, not only does it put stress and strain on your liver, but it also takes away, you lose X percentage of potency. So the quicker you can get into your bloodstream, which is why injectables are so much better for you, the quicker you can get into your bloodstream, it starts acting quicker, and doesn't biodegrade because of the liver pass. So it's yeah. I know you're gonna write this down.
Checking that off the list.
Yeah. So, but it's funny though, because
speeched at and given an informal thing about steroids from a Power Ranger. That's a fucking life goal if I've ever heard.
No, because it's funny, man. When you said you alluded to the female that came into the gym, and you're like, oh, I don't know what she was on, but she just looked jacked, right? Like, so no, I'm saying that's what you're saying, right?
You said alluded. I was like, I fucking straight up said it. I didn't like drop hints. Sorry, like no, James Woods looking for a Skittle.
No, alluded. I'm sorry. What I meant was alluded that she could possibly be enhanced. That's what I meant. Alluded to that. But here's the facts. Here's the facts. And I have this a lot with female clients. They'll come in, whether they're older or younger, and they'll show me a photo of this Instagram girl, like 24, 25-year-old Instagram girl who looks fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Like hot as shit, like banging body and super in shape. And she's like, I want to look like this. And I'm like, that girl's enhanced. And she's like, what do you mean? And I was just like, that girl takes drugs to look like that. And they're like, but she's only like 24, 18. What do you, all the way down to 17 now, because you can get SARMs, which are legal in the United States because they're sold as a research product. So it says right on the bottle, not legal for human consumption, but they're steroids. They're called SARMs, a selective androgen receptor modulators. So what they are is basically steroids that aren't as tested as real steroids. because they were, like, granted, like some of them have been tested for like 20 years in human trials, and they've been good. They've just like any other steroid, they invent them for the alternative disease prevention. People are like, why did they make Anavar? Why did they make this drug or whatever? Well, because if you fucking get into a car accident and you're laying there in bed atrophying, you take Anavar and it keeps your muscles preserved. Now imagine if you're working out and doing that same thing. Boom, you got fucking big, you got, awesome looking. And same thing with these drugs that you have HIV patients, AIDS patients, and they're wasting away. They give them Anavar on top of their AIDS medication, and boom, they keep their muscle tissue. So this is what these things are for. It's crazy that people, think they're bad for you or anything like that. It's like alcohol. There's nothing worse for you than alcohol, and it's available everywhere, and anyone can buy it.
Oh my God! I just had moonshine over the weekend, but it wasn't even moonshine. It was like they had flavors of it. It was banana cream and strawberry cream.
We had an apple pie one.
That shouldn't be legal at all. That was way too easy to go down. Next thing I know, I finished one and I was like, I think I can drink a little bit more. Then I drank another one. And then next thing I know, I'm sitting on my buddy's couch and I'm watching Father Stew with Mark Wahlberg. And Jesus Christ, if you ever want to watch a movie, don't watch that one, because
I wouldn't.
It's with Mel Gibson. Actually, you would love it. It's a Mel Gibson movie I like Mel Gibson. I really do. It's Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg, but it's about based on a true story about a guy who is trying to become a priest, and then he slowly starts dying from a neurodegenerative disease where he starts losing all of his like body, and he dies at 50. But it's like a hardcore movie. It's like where he finds God, and God is his only light, and it's like this thing where I'm like, what the fuck is going? And I was too drunk to say anything, and then my buddy goes, "Yeah, this movie is so good. Mel Gibson's in it. It actually is pretty controversial. It actually is very controversial, Mel Gibson's career." I was like, he beat up a Jew in a restaurant. How is that? How is this his most controversial thing? And his mom started laughing. I was like, it didn't make sense to me. But it was a crazy ass movie.
I know it doesn't sound like anything I'd want to watch personally, but But anyway, about all the but my point is what's so crazy is these young females and guys, but now females are. That's why, dude. There's a reason. Like, how old are you again? 24. You 24?
Yeah, you got it.
Is that right? Yeah. Like there's a reason. Even there's a significant age gap between us. But even a few years ago, when you were in like high school, girls did not have giant fucking butts, like they do now. Well, maybe before the year time. Mine, dude, my girls in my high school look like you. With longer hair. That's it. Same body type.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's fucking horrible. I don't want to fuck you.
Wow.
like, I'm just saying.
Do I have to flex to get my rep up?
Based on personality and stuff in prison, sure I would. But you wouldn't be my first pick if I was looking for like, a badonkadonk.
Why do you got to limit me to prison, you bastard?
No, I'd fuck you out of prison. That's so good.
The
Bellagio. I just would want you
2 p.m.
I just want you to have a little more meat on your ass. That's all before I bang you. It's just funny to me because it's just because again, these young girls, and they don't even know what they're taking, because a lot of them, they have boyfriends, or coaches that are like, hey babe, what are you taking? Like, oh, you should take some too to help your gains. And it certainly fucking does. So, but it's crazy where these girls, and you ask them, are they natural? They'll say, yeah, because they have no idea what they're taking. It's just crazy to me. Sorry.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I know all things.
What else are you mad about society? The world's gone to shit.
Yeah, you know that, dude. Think about it. Isn't that crazy? Like, even when we first started talking, and we started talking after chaos, and
we started talking before chaos happened. We started like December in the pandemic, like before lockdowns even really fully engaged.
Was it? No.
Yeah. If you go back to our first,
I know for a fact
this is probably your 7th or 8th time on. The first couple of times were because Spotify has video now.
Yeah, no. So the first time we spoke was in like summer of 2020. It was already after lockdowns and everything like that. 100%.
I don't think it was summer, because I messaged you and I remember wearing long sleeves and a beanie during the beginning, and that would have been wintertime.
It wouldn't have been, because
it was close to Christmas. It was close to Christmas.
No, because I moved here in June and we started talking after I moved here. So then if it would have been Christmas 2020 then.
Maybe. I don't know. I just remember there's a clip.
Because I always know when I moved in here. I moved here in this place where I'm at right now in mid-June 2020. That's when I moved to here. And we started talking after we moved here for a fact, because I did the first interview with you at the when I had about
conversation.
Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. What the fuck? I'm high, dude. That's why I'm ranting right now, because that part of my brain is on fire right now.
This is the fun, Jason. This is where I get to find out stories about your epic family.
Yeah, I know.
Is your dad not Sebastian Latona?
No, my dad's name was Andrew.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I remember you telling me your dad was like really into like JFK, like JFK was killed by the government. Then after talking to all these experts, they keep mentioning Sebastian Latona, and I'm like, I only know one. This is the same fucking guy.
No, dude, no. My dad was more worried about. Dude, it's so funny. Like, have you seen? There's a new Beavis and Butthead movie. Like, that's the shit my dad laughed at. Like, my dad liked Beavis. There's a new Beavis and Butthead movie. It's like free on Paramount if you have. And we watched. It's literally, dude, exactly the same shit as they were doing in '97. But it's funny. Like, me and Sarah were stoned last night. We're eating pizza and just watching Beavis and Butthead, and it's like, but it's they do a whole skit where Cornholio goes to prison, and then they learn about white privilege. Like at college, they went to college, and they're like, well, we actually learned something with our degree. It's really fucking funny. But yeah, but no, I was gonna say, when I think of my dad, I think of Beavis and Butthead. If you say like, what's your dad into? I'd be like, Beavis and Butthead. That's what you like. And Married with Children.
Married with Children is a good show.
Yeah, he liked Kelly. I mean, we all like Kelly Bundy growing up. I think it was like every guy my age's like first, like, oh shit, what is that thing? You know what I mean?
There's only one show I didn't like that gave me nightmares at because it always come on at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and that was Nanny, the Nanny.
Oh, with Fran Drescher. Yeah, her voice is horrible. It's so sad because she's such a good looking girl, and like she's a great looking woman, a hot body, and everything. And her voice is so bad when you see her. Even if you've never, maybe you've never seen her before, but most people already know her voice before they see her, and you just think of that voice, and it makes her unattractive. It's crazy.
Like one that echoes in your head, where you just see the face in a picture, and you're like, all right, I already know what she sounds like.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. I'm saying, but if you just saw her, but without ever hearing her speak, you'd be like, wow, she's very good looking, real good looking woman. Or at least was, when she was back and doing that.
Could you imagine that? Imagine having like the perfect look, like, I mean, a 10 out of 10, like classic God hot. And then, but when you speak, your voice is like the worst thing possible for people to hear, that it rejects your look so much. Would you rather have that, or would you rather have a face that's like a 4, but then you have a voice of a God? Like, you notice that with voice actors, every voice actor has like a really good voice, but they're necessarily not like someone like Chris Hemsworth, where you're going to see them,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Celine Dion, like I remember when I heard Celine Dion's voice for the first time, with the original Beauty and the Beast song, she's 98.
Still kind of hot.
No, but what I'm saying is, though, I think she's hot because you've heard her sing. Like when I first heard that her voice, I was like, dude, I just pictured in my head like the most beautiful woman. I couldn't even imagine. It was like unimaginable how pretty she was. And then I saw Celine with her big nose, and I was just like, oh shit, that's what the fuck?
So mean.
And she does, but she's super attractive because of how good her voice is and how confident she is. And she's not like, she got like nice legs.
She's just attractive.
No, but I think her voice makes her.
I don't want to pick on Celine Dion. Celine Dion's had a horrible past. She lost her husband, love of her life.
Yeah, it sucks. So I mean, I get it. It sucks, but she's still a great singer, and she's got she can buy fucking tigers and llamas if she wants to. I'm sure she's all right.
Tigers and llamas. That's the worst combination. What kind of farm are you living on?
How much fun would that be to watch?
I didn't know what that meant until I was older, and it's like, oh my God, I know what they mean now when they said take them to the farm.
What, they get butt sex?
No, they just take him to a farm and you never see him again.
Oh, I get it. I thought it's some different kind of farm.
It's okay. Our brain all goes weird spots. So what's been in the world? We haven't talked in a long time.
I know. I'm doing fucking work. That's it.
I've been being successful, and you're over here like middle in it. Come on.
Yeah, that's
fucking step it up. I don't know. I'm surprised how you haven't been sued from all the shirt designs that you have.
Like what? No, they can't.
You have a Carl's Jr. shirt that's basically damn near Carl's Jr. Like, I just picture a guy with burger stains on an apron coming out like, you got my fucking shit. You got my shit. What are you doing?
So again, there's and that's the thing, like what I do for a living, I know these rights and stuff like that. That's so you can literally hand draw a Mickey Mouse shirt and it looks exactly like Mickey Mouse. And you can put on the shirt and you
Oh,
can say out
dude.
of the blank. And
No,
if you
you
hand draw,
can't. You
yes, you
can't.
can.
Walt
Yes, you
Disney
can.
will fuck you three-way
You would
sideways.
think
You'll
that.
end up on a kayak somewhere in the middle
You
of
would
the
think that.
freaking
You would think
Tuscaloosa
that, but
River.
there's two things. There's a thing, and that beats all that legality out called fan art and or fan. It's like fan appreciate. It's just like this. It's like this clause, and so again for like our Curls Junior shirt, we literally hand drew the whole thing. So the whole thing is hand drawn. So even one little, the measurements, if it's 2 arms, it's girl. There's like the X amount of things. Plus, at the end of the day, even if they come after you, you still can go. It's fan art. And that's kind of the loophole that and again
Try
draw
that
your own
with
stuff.
Mickey Mouse, and I
I know
guarantee
people
you.
who have purposely have. That's what I'm saying.
Hang on a second. You will be another name on the Clintons' body count, my friend.
No, and like I said, I have the people. I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, like I print shirts every day, and I know what we print. So I again, when I first, I was like, how is this? How do you like take? How can and and then you learn about these things.
Can you imagine if Orlando Studios found out that one of their ex-cast members had been forging fan art designs for his own company in the images of all these great monolithic gods that have built society's crumbling towers of America?
If they dream their stuff, there's nothing they can do.
Okay,
So
fair.
yeah, because it's hand drawn, So that's the thing. If you draw something
I
by
get
hand,
it,
it's
but you're
your.
speaking legal. I'm not speaking legal. I'm talking 2 shots
No,
to the
I
back
get
of the
it. I
head in a
get it. But
ditch.
again, dude, you got to be making so you'd have to be making so much money. Nobody's again, even if I put Mickey Mouse sucks my own dick, you know what I mean, on a shirt. Like I'm not making enough money to, or I'm not big enough to do anything or something, anything like that. So they go after
Mickey
big
would
dogs.
never do such a thing.
You'd be surprised what Mickey would do.
Oh,
But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, man, I just pretty much training. I would, working training. On the weekends, Sarah and I relax together and
doing your
do our thing.
podcast still?
We do that every Tuesday night. Yeah, every Tuesday evening. And that's been successful and everything like that. We had a really big, the biggest weekend ever in arm wrestling. Not this weekend, last weekend. It was like
Surprised I didn't hear about it.
well, and here's the thing, like what is cool, it's the first time where I saw non-people. Like I remember because I grew up watching the UFC, and I remember having a UFC shirt, and people thought it was like people thought it was the college, like University of, like UCF is University of Central Florida, and people were like, oh, and I'm like, what? And I'm like no, it's just UFC. Oh, what's that? No, I remember when people had no idea what UFC was, not even a little bit.
Well,
If I said
sales pitch the idea as people fighting in a ring. It just sounds barbaric, but now society is just like capitalized on it.
But I'm just saying it has nothing to do with what the sport is or what it was, and people didn't know about it. And this was the first time I saw non-people go, hey, yeah, there's like an arm wrestling thing right this weekend I heard about, like, or they don't know me, or maybe there's a guy named Devin Larratt, and Devin Larratt's like, you can it's Larratt.
Joe
If
Rogan
you
said Larat.
Yeah, I know. He said it right. Dude, he's my buddy. I know how to fucking say his name. But there's people who knew who Chuck Liddell was without knowing who the UFC was. You know what I'm saying?
Iceman.
Or right. And there was people like who know Conor McGregor without even watching UFC fight. Devin's kind of transcended our sport like that. And so 2 weeks ago, there was a match between him and the number one European arm wrestler, basically on the arm wrestler of the East. And they had a best of 6 match. And yeah, I mean, it went exactly how I thought it was going to go. I thought the other guy, Levon, Signish Feely, was going to be too much for him, and it was. And he beat him 6 rounds to 0. Plus, Devin hurt his arm. Looked like he had bruising on his inner arm and his bicep. Looks like he had a small bicep tear. But it was a big thing for our sport. So yeah, we got guests on every week and stuff like that. So the momentum's going good.
You got to do more than just what specifically you're focused on, especially if you're trying to get exposure into other realms. Like the Conor McGregor, Chuck Liddell, all those guys have other things where people know them from. Like I thought about this with the show. I was going to do those popple code things that they have. And I was going to stick them like on like people and just have people scan other people.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. That's the biggest thing. There's the right now in our sport, the only people who watch our sport are the people who do our sport.
Yeah.
And you need them to go. It's like, watching UFC and the only people who are watching are other fighters. You know what I mean? Or people who are training MMA or something like that. And it needs to 100% expand somehow. And because again, the thing is, what's crazy is everyone who tries it like gets hooked, because I think what it's like is why I think, again, why jujitsu is the ultimate martial art is because, and not just because as a self-defense system, but the ultimate martial art to train is because every other martial art simulates fighting. You can't punch when you're sparring, even in like Muay Thai, you can't full on blast someone in the face with an elbow. So you can never get to use your technique. In karates, you can't box, you can't just blast your friends in the face with kicks and punches, ring strikes. So you never actually learn how to do the thing. In jujitsu, all you do is do the thing. You can wrestle with someone in 100% of your capacity. You can literally and arm and fight someone is without punching them or biting them or anything like that, but you can fight them with your art. And it's a very confident building and stress relieving thing. And I think that's the thing with arm wrestling. You get on the table and you can go 100%. You can fight another person without actually getting hurt. Yes, can you get your arm broken or whatever? But you know what I'm saying by getting hurt. And just like anything else, any other sport, you don't just go, hey, how do you deadlift? Okay, cool. Or how do you squat? Cool. All right, put 3 plates on. I'm going to squat. If I told you that analogy, but of course you're going to get hurt. Your back's going to snap. It's the same thing with arm wrestling. You get hurt from doing the technique wrong. But once you learn how to do the technique and learn about pressure, it's just like adding weight to the bar. You don't go, oh, that's how you bench press 3 plates. You're going to you'll be broken. And it's the same thing. And where I see a lot of people, oh, I never do arm wrestling. I've seen, how many people I've seen hurt? Way less than I've seen squat compilations or leg press compilations where your knees bend backwards and explode. But again, it's if you know how to do it, it doesn't happen, so.
I just got the worst image in my head of someone's knees folding inward and exploding.
You've seen those, right?
I have. It's horrible.
It's horrible. Yeah, it sucks.
There's only very few things that make me cringe in my seat, and that's when I see fingers break. I don't know what it is. I guess it's just an appendage that's like not really like onto like a full like thick.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, have you seen that guy drops the dumbbell or on his finger and it just like, it's horrible. Yeah.
Did you see the guy with the bicep tear where he was doing a bicep curl on the curling whatever the machine is?
Yeah, preacher curl.
And his tendons and his biceps.
Yeah, just go bloop.
Yeah, that's
nuts. That's a common one in our sport too. But it only happens when people straighten their arm. Like if you stay with your arm and lose, like you lose with your body or when you're the body. But it's the people like, I want to hold on like this, and they're pulling. Imagine they're pulling this way, and someone else is pulling that way. It's just too much force, and that tendon right there in your bicep, that lip between your little gap, that just rolls up. It just attaches because that tendon attaches in your mid forearm.
I'm fine with just handing out flyers out front. I don't need to do all that.
Okay.
I like to watch.
But,
in the corner with a Fat Tuesday cup.
Did you see
Mickey Mouse
did you see the guy that was doing squats and his wrist breaks back?
No.
Doing squats, dude. It's great, dude. It's so loud. He's just got like a bar, and I think it just like was putting too much this way, and it's dude right around there just goes, and it snaps, and it's like it's horrible, man. It's horrible.
You like watching people's life just go down the shitter?
I don't like that shit. No, I mean, I don't look for that stuff. It's like the only time I see it if someone's like, hey, look at this, and catches me off guard. And I'm like, what am I looking at? Big squat and oh shit. I don't like seeing people get hurt.
I get people like to watch like primal shit of like people lifting as much weight as possible. Like, oh my God, it's fucking awesome. Like I'm a Ronnie Coleman fan. I like watching that shit.
Yeah.
But I hate when people just do a compilation of like people getting massively, because I can't take my eyes off the fucking screen, but I just feel so bad. I'm like, what is this person going to be like, confined to a wheelchair for the rest of their life?
Yeah.
They tried to squat a little bit.
It's like watching those pimple popping videos and shit like that. I fucking hate them, but I can't not watch them. You know what I mean?
That's just weird to me. It's just like, why do people? It's a task. It's a task process.
Yeah, it's like a goal check. I can check that off the box. I made it through that video. I'm not too sure, but it's weird. I mean, I do the same fucking thing. I hate it. Yeah.
I wanted to bring up because we talk a lot about, well, we talked about a couple times about aliens before, but dude, the government's talking about aliens. Tell me you got to be in a little bit.
No, I've told. I will say the
Come
same thing
on,
to you as I
come
say about
on.
aliens. No, same. I told you I do believe aliens exist, but not in the fact that it's little green men. It's beings, it's spirits, it's demons from a different dimension. But again, if they're not from other planets, don't get me wrong, it's not a planetary thing, it's a dimensional thing. And there are, I think that's why people were intrigued by this Stranger Things show, is because of the upside down. I do believe stuff like that exists, which is, for the good and the bad, and Earth being kind of the center point. But are there aliens like I said, ET or Independence Day? No, I do not believe in aliens like that. And again, I've said
How
this
can
stuff
you
before.
think like that if you know how vast our solar system is and
Because it
galaxies are?
isn't. It isn't.
What,
Because
you
that's the
don't
thing.
fucking
I've
think
said
this
this
shit
before.
to me. I
But,
understand
well,
that
then,
how, look, hold on. I understand your extent with the flat earth. I get that. But what I'm talking about with the galaxy, like you believe there is a solar system with multiple nebulas, right? What?
absolutely not.
How many
No,
fucking space episodes do I have to do before you finally figure that shit out?
because I know what I know. I know what I know, and I know what's provable, and I know what's
Yeah.
theoretical. Everything I hear from everyone, and I can debate any expert on your show. I'd literally, I'd love to come on because I know what's provable. I know what's provable, and I know what is.
Let me find one that wouldn't mind ruining a relationship with to have you on to debate that person because that's
That's
gonna
cool.
be okay.
Yeah, no, because I know what's provable. And I know what's scientific bullshit, or just because I can sit here and say, because here's the thing: if you make something somewhat, it's just crazy about the way our minds work. But if you make something
Hold on.
somewhat,
Can we not repeat the 3 hour episode I can't post about the flat Earth?
no, I'm not going to do it. But
Okay.
I'm just saying a general statement. If you make something somewhat believable, that's not believable, or somewhat unbelievable that is believable, people have a harder time grasping that than something that's so unbelievable that you're like, well, yeah, well, why would they lie that? That's almost so crazy. Like, it happens in stories, it happens in this, it happens in that. You know what I mean? And it's like, the guy coming home to his wife, and he was, whatever, at somewhere else, and he says something like as simple as, "Oh, I got hung out at the gas." "Oh, really? What? Dude, you'll never believe this. I blah blah blah, I blah 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 blah." I'm like, "Oh my god, that's crazy." And I believe it's the same thing with all this stuff. It's like, if I tell you that, again, this is the simplest thing that I can say. They say the sun's 93 billion miles away. Okay. But it looks exact, and the moon is 246,000 miles away. But it's just a complete miracle of creation, accident, coincidence that they're the exact same size.
They're not the exact same size.
Robbie, stop. They're the exact same fucking
They're
size.
not. I've
That's
stared
why
at the sun plenty of times to be able to tell
when
you
you
it's a
see an
little bit bigger.
eclipse, again, it's the difference of that little ring of halo. That's a little ring of halo. But again, you don't know if that's because the lights just come so bright and it's just punching around it, or it's but they're the exact same fucking size. And the reality is, we know that it's the same size. A child knows it's the same size, but you're brainwashed for so damn long that you start listening to this astronomical lie that's been created since the CIA invented television. That's why it's called programs. It's programming you. That's why your brain is programmed. And here's the thing: we've seen movies about it our whole life. Starting in the 1950s with the Twilight Zone, they were already introducing the plan, the scheme, the this, the that. It's all the same thing. We see it happening every day in our every lives. And here's the thing: there's the people that are going day by day, waking up to it, or there's the people that are saying, no, that just can't be. Hey, I don't really care anymore which side of the fence you're on. Here's the thing: could I be wrong? 100%. I could be wrong, but I don't believe I am. And I can go to bed at night with a conscience going, everything that I think, believe, tell other people is for their good. I'm not trying to make money off of anything. I'm not trying to, make whatever $276 million a day budget on a daily basis to explore the fucking moons of Jupiter. What the fuck do I care about that? Let's feed people. Let's help people.
That's a good point.
So no, I'm not on board. I'll never, ever believe it. I believed it until I didn't believe it. It's just like Santa Claus. You don't believe in Santa Claus. I mean, you believe in Santa Claus when you're a kid. You find out there's no Santa Claus. Nobody goes back and goes, you know what? I wonder if like I did really. I put some milk and cookies out and they were gone the next day.
You're the fucking people that other people get warned about. He's a very good, smooth talker. And it scares me because I just picture if we were 50 years ago and you were this age, that if you would have been broadcasted on television wearing a fucking priest outfit, you could easily converted people to cut their dick off because the Hale-Bopp comet's coming their way.
Possibly. I mean, I guess I take that as a compliment. But here's the thing. You know why, Robbie? I promise you this, my friend. I promise you this.
Just don't use the Central Intelligence Agency because there's like real conspiracies and shit.
Absolutely.
Out there you should question.
Oh no, they're doing that.
Like easier ones to solve than space isn't real. Like let's talk about the fact that conspiracy is actual legal language, conspiring to kill another individual.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying the reason why, to answer your question, why it's like that, why you say that. I'm a smooth talker. I'm a this or I'm a that. I promise you, with every fiber of my
you're
being,
a handsome son of a bitch.
No, you know what it is? I believe what I say. Most people don't. You're so used to hearing other people's insecurities coming through their voice. They don't believe what they say. I believe what I say. I've always believed what I said, or I don't say it.
How much of that glue are you sniffing back there, you son of a bitch?
But that's all it is, man. That's all it is.
You got a whole table filled of Gorilla Glue. You're drinking a Fat Tuesday cup. You're wearing a goddamn cock on your hat.
And all that, I can still scare you. That's real impressive. That's real. That's
I'm still fucking in.
Yeah, I'm a smooth motherfucker.
What do you think about Atlantis? You think Atlantis is real?
I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those ones where I don't know.
I put more weight into it because I've talked to a lot of people who study dryas impacts, and I know a couple of people that know Graham Hancock, who exposed that there was erosion marks on the Sphinx to say that there was.
Oh yeah, I've seen that stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I definitely put more weight into it. I think it's much like in the Bible, they always talk about a flood, and every civilization talks about a flood. Yes. Necessarily, they aren't talking about the same flood. They're just repeating what they've seen, and everyone kind of describes the flood in the same exact way, much like you and me would if we were kind of illiterate. So not that far off from what we are now, but they would describe water coming and consuming everything. Every culture had this writing down of something, even though they were at different times. So they were all just recording their own civilization's floods in a sense. Now I bring in with Atlantis, necessarily they're talking about a futuristic city. Probably not, but they were probably talking about a city that was created that had an advanced maritime culture. So people with ship navigational abilities farther before other civilizations had ship navigational abilities. It's like me and you went to Africa and we showed cell phone. I mean, they have cell phones there, but if we went to like some place that didn't have all the industry we have, we would just look like magic people in a sense. Mm-hmm. So it's like you wouldn't know. But I think it's interesting because also if you read Plato's records, Plato talks about like more of like a really, really base model of AI, but he talks about it using magic. And I go, we're using that through technology. So technology back then would have been magic because you don't know how this magic box works. And then it kind of leaks into all this stuff where it's like, it's just really, really interesting. Like I had a guy on who talked about Christian religion being related to a lot of like these inner meetings and like spiritual works, which actually what they decipher to be. Now, besides reading the context of the Bible and kind of like going with it a little bit, but if you kind of look at the base of what they're saying, we do have a lot of those capabilities or these things that would be considered magic or prophecy, whatever you want to say, in society today.
100%. No, I mean, here's the thing.
The main question is, does religion influence creation? Does creation influence religion? That's how we always think of it, as creation influences religion. We talk about a creator influencing religion, or is it a concept of now religion is influencing creation?
Oh, I think it's always going to be in society both. I think it's always going to be both depending on your beliefs, and it's probably both actually. But my thing is my gauge, my red pill glasses come on and off. And things like that. So when you say, do I believe in that? So I'm like, oh, yeah, it's possible. I like it. I like the idea of it. I like the concept of it. I like to think about it. But my gauge, and I have to do this for my own self, this is just my gauge, is if I didn't know about this story, true or false, would it affect my opinion of God? And if the answer to that question is no, I usually find those conspiracy theories, or whatever we're going to call them, quite entertaining. And I find them usually somewhat on the sense where I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty possible. When it's the other way, and when the answer is no or yes, does it affect my, or what could be my opinion of God? Then I go, I get a red flag comes up.
What conspiracy affects your relationship with God?
Not my relationship with God. Understand what I'm saying? As my gauge, I know I said it's for me, but when you're someone, when you're an outsider, you're or other person, and you go, well, does this thing point me toward or away a creator? That's the thing. So evolution, the fucking solar systems, then dinosaurs, gravity, all these fucking things that could potentially aliens that could potentially say, wait a second, what are you distracting me from? That's the ones that get red flags for me. I still, don't get me wrong, I entertain them all, because the part of me is like, I always, in order to get confidence to know you're right, you got to try to prove yourself wrong. And if I prove myself wrong, then I'm like, oh shit, I was wrong about that. And now I can speak confidently about being wrong about something. That's not bad. But it's the not knowing. It's because people in everything in every day in their life aren't sure. You're not sure. I promise you, you're not sure. And you can see it through people's actions. They're not sure if they're good looking enough or they're attractive. So they got to put on a bunch of stuff that makes them feel better. I'm not sure if my dick is big enough. So I'm going to make sure my car truck tires are. I'm not sure if I'm attractive enough as a female, just the way I look. So I'm going to be extra slutty. Everybody's not sure. And so I don't like to say pride, but I think the thing that separates me from most people is I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100, but I'm pretty sure. And I think it's what makes people say, I've heard that. Oh, Latona with some 15, 16, 17. You got the gift of gab. You got the gift of gab. Oh, you can talk your way out of anything. You got the gift of gab. You got the Midas tongue. You got the gift of gab. Now, all I keep hearing is the word gift. Gifts come from somebody or something. I do believe I have a gift, but it's what I believe is simply that, a gift from God, my ability to speak. I mean, that may sound crazy.
Jesus Christ, it's the cult shit I was talking about. That's exactly how they would phrase it. God gifted me the ability to lead you to the fray.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying a gift to be able to speak, communicate. I believe that is my gift.
Think you have a very intimidating personality. I don't think it's necessarily a gift. You're very intimidating as a person. You're a sweetheart, but you're intimidating.
How? I used to look like I was in a boy band. I used to be 145 pounds and look like I'm boy band.
This is the
clean shaven.
All right, I have science. I have science to back up my claim of that. You're intimidating, and that's why people don't choose you as a trainer, because they're afraid that you're going to hurt them.
No, I have never had someone I've talked to that didn't sign up with me, like talk to in person. That, you know what I mean? I want them to train with me, because I know. Again, I'm very confident. I know what I'm doing, and I give people realistic time frames. I want to like this in 6 months. That's not possible. Okay, I can tell you it is, if that will make you pay me more. I mean, but I'm not trying to get your money. I'm just telling you, get realistic expectations. If you said, dude, I can bench this right now. I want to be able to bench 315 by fucking March. I'm like, you can do what now? I'll get you a 280 by March, but not 315, because I know it. Are you enhanced, or you not, or whatever it is, but I just think that's all it is, man. I'm confident. I believe what I say. That's it. And, like I said, I think these things are cool. These theories and stuff are fun I love conversation. Clearly, I can talk for hours. You're a conversationalist. And, I like hearing other people's point of view. You don't have, and like, there's a lot of people that don't want to hear that they could be wrong. I love thinking I could be wrong. Again, the only way I can prove that I'm right is by knowing that I'm not wrong. Does that make sense?
I think it's okay to have a healthy choice of skepticism, but I also think you have to base your roots in what information that you do have. So I don't necessarily consider you wrong. I just consider you, I don't think you've reach the idea of like, if we talk about space, for instance, I just think it would be easier just to take you to space, but I just don't know anybody that would offer up that opportunity unless you reached out for it. So are you healthily looking for that reach out to go?
Dude, I would love to go. I would
go ask.
I would love to, because here's the thing. Again, if I'm wrong, it makes everything way, way, way easier.
Because you can claim things are wrong if your head's in the fucking dirt, and if you're not going to an observatory to ask to go see the shit, then what the hell are we talking about?
But I'm saying I'm not saying that there's not stuff up there. I'm saying it's ends. I believe that's all it is. It doesn't go on for infinite universes. Do I believe there's what we call planets, what the Bible calls moving stars? Yes. When you look at the construction.
Wait, do you believe in the multiverse?
No, listen,
what?
Simple. This is so simple. It's so simple. And this is facts. This is provable fact. Yet I don't know why people don't want to debate it. Because there's really nothing to debate.
Do you believe JFK died by a lone gunman?
No.
All right, thank God. Wait, you're on my team. Fuck, that's a bad.
No, I don't believe that. No, but when you just understand, when you look at, let's understand first of all.
Do you believe Bruce Lee was killed by the triads?
Possible. I don't know how he died. To be honest, you know what I actually think, to be totally honest with Bruce Lee's death? I don't know if you watch, there's a video, I don't know if it's on YouTube or I don't know where, but there's a documentary about Bruce Lee's drug habits, and who he partied with and everything like that. And it was really, really, really fascinating. And, I again, like, it was something that Bruce was so obsessed with being the peak of like human perfection. Understand, there's nothing that he wouldn't have done to get that way.
Yeah.
He was friends with bodybuilders. So I do believe he was on anabolic steroids because his physique's changed so much in such a short period of time. People who were around him said he loved coke. There's letters from him, and these are handwritten letters by Bruce Lee. This is not like conspiracy. This is real. They came out, and they're handwritten letters about him needing more drugs, more coke, more hash, more marijuana. And I honestly think he had an OD. And it was just easier to say what they said for.
How do you explain that his doctor who did his autopsy died in a very mysterious circumstance?
Oh, because it still could go along with what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? He's so much celebrity. If someone came out and said, dude, this guy didn't die from cerebral edema. That's what they said. He died from swelling the brain. Dude, this guy had a fucking massive heart attack because he was on so much drugs. Oh, well, come over here. We need to talk to you. It still is the same thing. I feel it's possible. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like the Marilyn Monroe thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how she died.
All those things.
All the conspiracy stuff. I'm on the JFK route right now, but I'm going to end up switching to like RFK or something like that because there's a Kennedy curse where all the Kennedys have been killed in like weird circumstances. I just find all that stuff really, really scary. And I think that's why I find it so fascinating, is because we all, this, like, and it's going to sound nuts, but we know the fact that life is fragile, very, very fragile. That's not the nuts part. The weirder part is it becomes even more fragile when you realize you don't have any power in it. And I think that causes people to want to go seek out where they can get that power. And I necessarily don't think it is that. I think there is like what me and you have talked about before, Illuminati type shit. But I don't think it's like people, and I mean, there might be people with black cloaks that might be like for show and shit. But I also think that there's real powers out there that you need to force with. And I've learned that through the JFK for me is the best evidence. I can give you a whole speech of why it is and evidence to prove it. But I also get down to this aspect of like, I think if you don't necessarily fall in line with that type of thinking, I think it is probably why people are so against that type of talk, because if you find out that it is like that, you're not going to be able to fucking wake up in the morning. It's the same reason why you say people don't want to know the truth about shit. Maybe necessarily can people handle that aspect of things? I think you might be stronger willed.
Dude, I 100% agree with what you said. That's it. That's the thing that I agree with the most. And I'm telling people it's okay to be scared. I'm just saying, hypothetically, truthfully, it's the best as you can to put yourself in this situation right now. A hypothetical situation. You get exposed to the truth somehow, to what I believe is true, and you find out. Just say, for the sake of this argument, I'm right. You find out the earth is flat. It's all a lie. Everything from that, even from that end, has been lied to. what does it do to how you look at the world?
Probably need to like sit outside and eat a muffin and just stare at the sun and be like, what the
I mean,
fuck?
seriously, it's kind of hard to digest.
Well, it was like I didn't know this recently, but Biden made a compensation program for people exposed to energy weapons. And my mind just went, wait, what the fuck? We have energy weapons? Like I knew we had like high grade military energy shit that we were working on, but did you know they use it on populations like for a lot? And actually, what this concept of brain fog might actually not be long COVID, but might be that a small portion of the United States was actually exposed to this type of energy weapon.
Oh, I couldn't.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's not the states that did it, but it's a fucking another country that did it. I actually read the article on air because I couldn't even believe it. So thank God there was writings about it. But yeah, he openly said energy weapons. Apparently they use them on riots and shit, but actually just testing reasons, they might have accidentally tested it on a population accidentally as in
Again, I don't. Yeah, I know exactly. I don't think there's any accidents.
Well, it's like then your life is fucked. Then what do you do? You're fucked.
But that's what I'm saying. What the fuck? But that's what I'm saying. But I, I think in my experience, I've been, just like anything. If I give you a backpack and put one penny in it at a time and just make you carry that penny around for a day, and then tomorrow I put two. Well, then tomorrow I put 2 pennies in, but you'll have 100 pennies in your bag and not know that you've carried that much.
Unless I give the penny to the homeless man down the street and say, penny for your thoughts.
But you know what I'm saying, though. And so now, if that would be very different, if I give you a backpack and all at once dump 100 pennies in, you're going to go, oh shit, that's a lot more, So
I'd fucking slap you for putting pennies in my bag. What the fuck are you putting that chump change in for? People throw pennies away.
But what I'm saying is if
I always find a penny on heads every day. I don't know why.
That's cool. I know. But what I'm saying is if you're exposed to it 1 penny at a time, it is a little bit easier to digest. And I think that was kind of my own personal journey, and going, oh, well, if that's real, or if that isn't, or if that was a lie. Again, once someone lies to you about anything, how do you believe anything they say after that? Anybody. I'm not talking about government. I'm talking about your buddy, your freaking boss.
I'm talking about government. They lie a lot and people just accept that shit like it's fucking face value.
Yeah. You know what else is crazy to me too is like as a small business, like you as a small business can mess up one time and people will be like, bash you and this and that, whatever. How many times has McDonald's got people's order wrong and people still keep going back to them? Because it's insanity.
Cheap and it's right there.
But I'm just saying though, you know what I mean? From an ethics perspective, it's so disrespectful.
Well, it's kind of like Coke. Like whenever someone asks, like, what drink do you want? It's usually Coke or Pepsi, and they don't even need to advertise anymore. They're just there. Like Coke, if you look up like Pepsi is racist, there's a lot of stuff about Pepsi being racist, but people still drink Pepsi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's some like again, the whole like the ridiculous irony of my body, my choice to. You can't tell me what to do with my body to, this is like what's going on with the like California right now.
That scares me for other reasons. Other reasons scare me is that when people start calling for vasectomies, it's like you just literally took the blame off the people that took the right away from you in the first place. Like,
so
go fight it back. Like, go get it back. That's not about making the other side weak. It's the same thing with Brett Weinstein when we went on campus and he was protesting for equal rights and stuff on the campus. And then they all turned around on him with baseball bats saying now no white people can come on the campus. It's like, what are we fucking doing? This isn't about getting even by attacking your neighbor. This is about getting back your power from the people who took it away from you in the first place. Well, it's distraction from the government. And I hate saying 100%. That shit, it really never had biggest mistrust for the government since just everything.
It is, but it's again, just like anything, it's things are just getting exposed just due to the nature of society, the technology we have now with social media. What was a secret is halfway around the world, or a little bit of news could be halfway around the world. You know what I mean? Someone took a camera photo in 1998. They took a picture of their phone of a car accident. That's not that big of a thing. Or I just saw Jennifer Aniston run out with her pants down. Oh, really? What? In 2022, yeah, that's a big deal. Everyone will see Jennifer Aniston running out with her pants down in seconds. I was born. That's what I'm saying. That's why I threw her in, because I know you like her. But you know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? And nothing's changed, but the technology has allowed information to be exposed or to travel so much more differently. So the government's been the same. In their defense, they've been exactly the same. The only thing is, uses no more now. That's all.
I just think the manipulation tactics have gotten a hell of a lot better.
And only because of social media.
Well, I'm gonna keep referencing this because it's just in my brain 24/7. And JFK, 1963. If you talk to any expert, they talk about that was the turning point in society when there's graphs on it too, where the government trust, like the people's trust in the government, has just slowly decreased over time. There's a very strong point in that. If you do look at the aspect of the government killing JFK, there is this whole aspect of they did a really shabby job of covering it up, but they did get away with it. And then everything afterwards, Operation Midnight Climax, the Edgewood experiments, Watergate, all these things where they literally put LSD in people's water just to stir up violence against the anti-hippie movement, all these people protesting the war in Vietnam. So you get to this aspect now where it's like, I mean, MK Ultra, they had very, very rough drafts of when you hear people saying, I saw Lee Harvey Oswald outside of this thing. Was it a Lee Harvey Oswald? Because now we have documents that say there were just lookalikes. So you go, was it them? Like, how do you get from Mexico to Russia? We don't have time travel. What's more plausible? That there's a guy dressed up exactly like Lee Harvey Oswald saying, hey, my name is Lee Harvey Oswald, in a place where no one knows who the fuck that is, and they're going to take your word for it. So I go, if there's experiments like that, and then there's MK Ultra, where you look into aspects of when I read a study in college that talked about a person who this person would come in and give them a tray, sit it on the floor or whatever. It had food on it, but the person had their mouth covered and their fucking was wearing a hat, like one of those nurse hats or whatever. And you could only see their eyes and that was it. But they all had the same body style. The person from day one handing them the tray, they did it for like 3 weeks straight, to the week 3 was a completely different person every single day. But the person thought it was still the same person from day one, all because of the body features looked exactly the same. Now, if that isn't a clone or one of these like imposter agents or all these types of things, that's a very rough draft of MK Ultra. Now we get into the land and territory now where they're doing like genetic altering and they're doing cloning and shit. And I've had so many scientists on here that work for the government. They go, yeah, well, we already have clones. And it's like, what do you mean we have clones? They're like, we've cloned sheep before. Like, they don't just stop doing something that they're successful at. So take that same exact phrase and stick it over to the government. If you get away for doing something like trying to prove your power by blowing off the fucking president's head on fucking for the whole public to see, saying, don't fuck with me, then it's not even about sending a message to the public. It's sending a message to fucking people in their staff that were at the same alignment with JFK. I mean, you get to this point of like, that's really fucking scary. If that's true, I have no clue. I am in more belief that it is, but it brings people into this territory.
End of the day, no, to echo your exact words, what's more plausible? Again, when I said about the sun thing, what's more plausible, what you were told or what you can see?
I'd rather just take the fucking pill and go with the rest of my life, not know. Like, if I could take myself back before I knew about Operation Paperclip and all this dark shit that everyone's like, oh yeah, that was this. They don't just stop doing that. Think about it today.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying. That's why I live.
Even with masks, how simple was it for us to all turn on each other as soon as we started wearing masks and people were unmasked, masked, anti-vax, vax?
Well, again, the Bible speaks in the last days there'll be civil war. I always thought growing up it meant like like civil war, like blacks, whites, north, south, that kind of thing. But that's it. That any kind of war between that you're saying nation is civil war. So it's civil war, the mask, unmask, like you said, the vax to unvax, the proportionist, pro-life, for pro-rights, whatever it is. But we're seeing it escalate and escalate daily, and it's going to keep getting worse. It's going to keep getting worse. So like you said, ignorance is bliss, and I will keep you taking the blue pill, but it's like without taking the red pill, you, again, in my opinion, because of I believe in life after death, that's what I'm focused on, not this is like
I don't like the red pill blue pill example. I want to switch it to, we just woke up to, we're in a system, and necessarily you don't know that it's a system until you step.
Well, even like this, when you talk about how long the government's been doing this, I've looked a bit, not crazy into
the Industrial Revolution,
but a little bit into it with the sinking of the Titanic. Where the Titanic hits an iceberg, but then when you find out all of the people that were on the Titanic. And again, at first you're like, what? But then you think of all the people, the people that were on the Titanic, and then the people who came into power right after the Titanic saying, it's oddly coincidental. That's all I'm saying. It's
I fought your fight on that one too until I had my friend Jessica Irvin on here, who is a sea archaeologist and actually she studies more maritime, like more like civil rights, colonial type stuff. But she talked about that one, and she didn't throw it out of the water. She left a lot of stuff very, very plausible. She entertains me on those aspects of things. But because I read an account of a person that survived the Titanic, that when he did survive, apparently someone on the life, when he fell into the water, someone on one of those lifeboats turned around and said, "That's my son. He's the only thing I got left. We just lost my husband," or whatever. And he wrote a bunch of books about it. And he said he never recalls seeing and hitting an iceberg at all. And he said it was something completely different. It was an engine malfunction inside the machine.
But that's what I'm saying. That to me makes more sense. That really does. That makes more sense.
Like, how do you not see an iceberg unless you're really not fucking paying, unless you're drinking like pina coladas on the poop deck or some shit?
I'm just saying, I know the ocean at night is black. I mean, I've been on the ocean at that night and it's black. You can't see feet.
Yeah, but you can see a fucking iceberg.
No, no, because think of how icebergs are. They're small and then huge at the bottom. You know what I mean? Mostly you see that.
Yeah, but the way that they talk about this thing hitting is that it hit like halfway up the ship, so you would still be able to see that fucking thing even from a distance. That Titanic was huge.
You wouldn't. It's that black at night on the ocean. It really is.
So why are you traveling at night?
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, that's me playing on the side that they could have been at that, but like I said, when you look at who was on that boat and what happened afterwards and follow the money, again, at the end of the day, follow the fucking money. And it just starts to get a little bit, again, questionable.
Would you be happier if someone just knocked on your door and was like, here's a briefcase filled with like millions of dollars, or no, billions of dollars? Let's say here's like a check in here for billions of dollars. Just go fuck off in the middle of like Joshua Tree and just live out your life and keep your mouth shut.
For sure.
That's how I look at all these secret agents that are like on their deathbed willing to like confess to a lot of shit. I'm like, who paid you so much money to keep your fucking mouth shut?
Yeah. No, I mean, I would. I mean, no, I'm just saying, you just get, even if you told me right now, I can make the same amount of money and just live like I kind of off the grid. I probably would, just because I I say that, but I'm also I like I'm in Vegas. I still like living in Vegas. I like going out, with my wife and stuff like that. So I don't know, everything again, but I'm realistic enough and honest enough with myself to go, I don't know. There's so many things in life that I thought I wanted and I did. It just didn't, even and then I get them and I'm like, was that really worth all that thought or that with this or that? I'm like, nah, it wasn't. It's not even what I think it is, because, and so like, I just always think that I've lived enough of my life. I lived enough life to go, I know it's really fucking possible. I might change my mind, and that's okay. Some people again, I feel like even this thing with the masks and stuff, I still see people wearing masks out. There's no law, there's no this or that. There people are 9 times vaccinated. So they're just fucking stubborn, man. They're just fucking so stubborn. You're going to walk around in 130 degrees out in Vegas right now and you can't breathe. Why? Because you don't want to drop and go, you know what? I think
but is it that much of a problem though? Like it's not affecting you.
It does. I hate that it does.
Yeah, but you don't have to wear one. You just get to
I know. It's just, but there's this thing in me, inside me. And I think that's what makes me a good personal trainer. I want to see people understand. I want to see people understand, and it's understand whatever that means, whatever that encompasses, how to understand how to get in shape, understand, is God real? Understand, just, are you happy? Can I help you be happy? I just want to make people understand, but I really do. That's where it comes from. So that's why it bothers me, because I'm like, wow, you really don't understand. Fuck. I wish you would. And that's why it bothers me.
Who asked somebody, are you happy? That's a weird question. I don't know anybody that would answer that truthfully.
A lot of people wouldn't.
I'm not happy.
And here's the thing. I beg to differ.
I'm not happy?
Yeah. And here's why.
Pretty fucking miserable. I found out the fucking government killed JFK and I'm over here thinking that Atlantis is real.
But again, I bet that makes you happy thinking about that shit.
I definitely get interested in what the government's fuckery is,
what
but also I get
what I'm
scared.
saying is, there's times where last time I did mushrooms, right? I don't know if you ever done mushrooms.
Was this the time you were like tripping and you thought every line that you were about to step on was a mini fence or
No,
something?
no. That was a drug overdose in Vegas. This is different. This is mushrooms with the home of my wife, and but mushrooms really do like open up your mind and make you like see and think differently, and they can make you emotional, they can make you giddy, they can make you cry. Like it just depends. Like they kind of like, and that's why some people like that's what you could call it a bad trip. If you're in a certain mood and you take mushrooms, like it can make you like really sad, or you know what I mean, like
that way off pot.
So yeah, some people do. And so for me, I took some mushrooms just here in my house, and and it was weird. I just went on this weird, like every time I closed my eyes, I could see like these green, like lasers, almost like you ever see the where the aurora borealis, the northern lights. That's what I could see when I closed my eyes, but like really intense bright. And it was like I knew I was laying on my floor. I knew I was there, but it was like when I closed my eyes, I was like somewhere else. And I started thinking about like, right now, if I could have anything I want, what would it be? I asked myself that. Anything. I can really have anything I want. My answer was my wife. And then like everything, and I was like, fuck, I have everything I want.
And for people listening, what you just witnessed was Jason leaving himself a message when him and his wife watched this video. He's probably going to pause it right here, and then he's going to go get laid, and then he's going to come back and watch the rest of it, and then she's going to hear this and be like, you sick son of a bitch.
No, I already tried to have sex this morning. I couldn't. I was too tired.
This comes out in a couple weeks anyways.
My cardio is
you're thinking about your future self. You're worried about your future self.
Yeah, no, but that's the truth. That's the truth. And because if you would ask me though, on a daily basis, like, what am I missing? And I would probably give you a bunch of shit that I want to change. That's the real, my answer. Like right now, if we were like to sit, I said, I would change this, that, this. I want more of this, less of this, whatever. But if you said right now, what the
fuck do you got to complain about? Seriously. Can I just ask that? Like if you look at our first episode, I've been through so much shit with you. We might not have talked in a while. We might've been disconnected. And that's not you. That's me as well too. I don't talk to anybody. I don't go on social media that much anymore. I'll post on my story and I can't fucking deal with it anymore. My stress level has increased 1,000-fold from where this show has gone since I've came back. It's been fucking ridiculous. I just can't, my anxiety, I just can't handle being on social media. I feel bad for anybody I've lost contact with. But from your very first episode where you were a giddy little shit flexing in your West Side barbell t-shirt that I see you must have turned into a tank top recently. But from that first episode to where you lost your job, or no, you quit your job because you couldn't deal with the stress of it anymore. And then we did a podcast for 2.5 hours on that. And then later down the road, when you ended up, you got another job doing
my t-shirts, my t-shirt job.
Okay. But we've done like 8 or 9 different chats in a matter of like 2.5 years, and your life has, and at this point, honestly, if I'm going to say about anything, before you were happier, like when you were think about doing personal training, but when you narrated that conference and everything, you were happy. But right now it's a completely different level than what you were in the past. Even when right now, what I'm picking up from you is that I'm getting this, like, it's not that life is great or good or the best thing in the world, but it's not bad. It's not sucking. It's not something where,
but that is true. I mean, again, I always think happiness is a choice. Number one, I always tell people that you have to choose to be happy. If you're waiting for a feeling or waiting for circumstance, you can never be happy because circumstances change.
Waiting for a goddamn Jennifer Aniston nip slip or something.
No, I get that. That would make me happy too. But I think I here's the thing.
A boy can dream.
It's because, again, still, I choose, again, I'm being honest, I choose to just appreciate what I have right now compared to where I was. But still, if I would think back to like what I used to do, the money I used to make, traveling the world, well, then I could get sad. I could get sad. And
do you not think you've evolved past that though? You're not exactly the same. I mean, I get how it can look looking back at pictures of yourself and so. I mean, I'm 24 and I look back at pictures of high school and I'm like, fuck, what would I have done if I wouldn't have started this show? what I would have done if I would have had more time to just go out and do shit, go to the bars and shit and do whatever the fuck I wanted and stuff. But also at the same time, I like what I built up. You know,
yeah, no, I feel the same way. It's just a matter of like I said, it's just the simple thing of what I used to like. I never had to worry about money. You know what I mean? I never just this money alone, is something that again, money's not everything. I'll be the first person to say that. Everything like that, happiness is way more. I was one of my most miserables when I made the most money at my job, because it consumed my life. But compared to just like what I was making 3-4 years ago in Singapore compared to now, it's different. You know what I mean? And no, granted, I have almost way more free time now than I did back then. I have way more flexibility than I do back then. So it's a decent trade-off, I guess, because to me, your time is the most valuable thing. And anytime, for me, the most important things in life are balance and time, even to say balance is number one. That's all you need for me, because if I have a balance between the things I like to do, like work out, the things I need to do, work out, have time with my wife, and then make some money working, and then have, that's the most important thing. Because if you make too much money, but if the money takes away from your time, to me, you're not rich. You're not making money. It's taking away from your time. And if you don't love what you're doing, or at least enjoy where you're at, then you're just wasting your time, no matter how much fucking money you make. So,
well, I think you can spend a lot of time living in your own memories and forget to make new ones.
Absolutely. That can be a case too. Yeah,
definitely. I saw my grandparents recently, and it was like, I mean, they weren't like how when I was a kid, but they got the new, I wouldn't say new, but they got like my brother's little sister, who my brother's a half brother. So you got like she's like 6, 7. She's going out and doing pool stuff. And then I see my grandma like taking more seats than she used to with me. Like I knew it was like kind of like, yeah, to sit for like a couple minutes, and then she'd get up and start moving again for as long as you wanted all day. But then now she's like constantly, and it's like I found myself kind of like helping out in scenarios, which I'm supposed to do. That's kind of the point. Like I'm there to help if they need it. But it's just like, fuck, man, all those dinners we used to have every time we used to go out, and she's doing the same stuff, and I'm like, let's go out next weekend, let's do this, like I'll buy or something like that. It's just like, yeah, you never really appreciate it in the moment, and then you look back on, you want every single, and maybe I'm only 24, so it's not like I'm gonna fucking be like 80 years old speaking on it, but like you definitely appreciate more shit. And I think that's also part of like why you can't just sit up in your head and think about all the things that did. I mean,
no, like, dude, again, being completely honest, like since I don't know how many people since I left Singapore, we're like, dude, do you miss it? Nope, not one fucking thing. I miss how much money I made over there, compared to it, just compared to everything. But again, what would I rather be doing over there right now, making that money, or here? I'd rather be doing what I'm doing right now. So it's like,
you live in Vegas, it can't be too bad.
Well, no, it's not just Vegas. It's just like
I can't believe when I wanted to stay with you for a couple of days, you were like, "Fuck that." He got your own fucking
nobody
place.
Nobody's. My sister almost died, and she wanted to stay with me. I'm like, for a couple hours. No, that's we don't roll like that over here.
You gotta take me to the casino.
Yeah, I could do that. But that's the thing. It's I think like I said, I never once was like, oh man, you miss it. But to be honest, that's what I was gonna say. There's so many people I know, man. And how many years are you out of high school? What?
6.
That's it. So that's not that much, it's not that much. And what you call
that's a lot. That's 6 years. What?
No, but I'm saying you're 6 years out of high school. That's not that much. I'm over 20 something, 26 years out of high school. And I have friends, man, I talk to them and they're like, yeah, dude, you remember when I did it? Hey, do you remember that time where blah, blah, blah in high school? And I'm like,
Jesus Christ, like, that's the worst thing in the world.
And I'm like, dude, they're like, that. They're still living there.
Still got the varsity jacket. I could only get the top button done.
That's what I'm saying. They're still Al Bundy, 4 touchdowns in a single game. And it's like, it's crazy, dude. And not just high school, it's high school or like that job that we had, and like the Terminator show, I did, and I did Terminator.
Do you think you've peaked already?
As far as what?
don't tell me you think you've peaked in any aspect of your life. Don't tell me you think you've peaked.
Well, I mean, what do you consider peaking? I mean, as far as like,
I'm consider peaking whatever you're considering peaking, because the way that
well,
you're
I mean,
talking about it makes you seem like that your Universal Studios days were your best days ever. I didn't know Jason back then. I've seen
no, I'm not
pictures
saying
of
that
it.
at all. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying there's people that I talk to and they're still living in that time. And I'm like, I've always moved past whatever time it was, and I live in the now. You know what I mean? If I look back, I go, yeah, there were some cool moments. You know, I still, there was never a show that I enjoyed performing as much as the original Beetlejuice show in Orlando. That was my most fun time. I could honestly say that. But like, as far as when you say P, and what depends, you know, do I think I'll ever be back on stage again necessarily? No. Do I think I can make an impact on someone's life more? Yes. And that's to me more important. So then in that case, do I think I'm my strongest I ever been? No, I'm still getting stronger. I'm 46. I'm still getting stronger. And, you know,
How much
so
T boost are you taking?
0 T boost, 100%.
How much steroids are you taking?
A lot of steroids. No, I take a marginal.
All
I get
steroids.
No. I've told you. I
Barry Bonds didn't know shit.
No, I take my test, my testosterone, my TRT injections. But I'm saying I'm getting stronger at 46. You know, I'm nowhere near my peak strength. And you know, and that's fun. That's why I like the gym, and it's fun to me. But you know, as far as like certain things, like certain ways of performing, or you know, like that, someone else could say, "Oh, that was you at your best." Yeah, they could very well be right. You know what I mean? In that particular avenue, you know. So I don't know.
Where would you like to improve?
Being on me, my
Yeah,
fucking back. I just want my back
not
not to
your
hurt.
fucking muscular system. You're
No,
fucking in life.
that is if my back didn't hurt, I'd make more. I could make 2 more. I don't know.
Do you have a tattoo?
I still have their tattoos now.
Get a tattoo.
No fucking way.
Get one on your arm.
No, no.
Call it the
I'm way
Pumbler.
past that time. You know, that point where I'm
The
like,
deep knuckler.
no, I don't want to do anything like that. Everyone I know who, unless they have like a shit ton and they're covered in tattoos, everyone I know has tattoos or got small, like over like 40. Everyone's like, oh, man, hey, I wish I didn't have that.
Because they probably
But
got it when they're like 17.
I don't know, but they just regret them. What was your question? What do I want? What did you say?
What do you want to improve?
What do I want to improve? I don't know. I mean, for me, it's always like, you know, it's funny. I notice that people in life usually struggle with, and this sounds like an oxymoron, but they have struggle in the place they struggle in, meaning that like, or they worry about the thing that they struggle in. It's almost like the chicken or the egg. Like people who worry about their health all the time end up being sick. People worry about money all the time end up like having financial problems. But the people who just kind of like, just like, dude, if I get sick, I never get sick. They like kind of never get sick, you know. And the people who are like, money comes and goes. It's like they're kind of always fine, you know.
They focus on it too much.
Whatever it is, but I'm just saying it seems to work out when there's the stress isn't there. You know what I mean?
Kind of.
It's like people, you know, when, for instance, you're with somebody, you get single and you want to fucking date somebody else. You're never going to date someone else. It's like human beings can pick up on that desperation. You know what I mean? But to guarantee you're really happy with that girl, you go to a club, that's when you're hit on the most.
Smelled a little funky. Sorry.
You know what I mean? No, but it's true though. You know, it's like when you go to there's no more desirable version of you than you in a fresh relationship, and you're happy. You walk into a club, every girl wants you. You know,
leaking off a different type of pheromones.
Yeah, well, but I'm saying you have confidence. You have that not desperation, yeah, you don't have that desperation, and without that, you're way more attractive, and I think you attract better things. You know, whatever that is. I'm saying that desperation is where, like, I know people like obsess about losing weight and they go on the scale every day and they're looking at it. And then I'm like, dude, relax. Don't look at the scale for 2 weeks, do this, and that. And they lose like 10 pounds or 7 pounds. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, because you took your body is weird like that to me.
So this is why I've never came in contact with the Green Lantern rings, is because I want it too much.
Okay. What? What are you saying?
You didn't listen to me.
I did. The Green Lantern rings. You want it too much. What does that mean?
You said that if you want it too much, it's not going to come to you.
Oh, I guess. No, I'm not
Every
saying
day
that.
I wait for a fucking green light to beam out of the sky and land in front of me with a magical lantern that I rub it and sing some magic oath, and I get a fucking green elastic suit that really shows how fucking long my shit can hang.
Get one on the internet, I'm sure. Make that dream come true relatively easy.
I need a blue alien to fucking hand it to me like it's a fucking prize.
Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly what I was getting at, but sure, I'll humor you. No, but like, yeah, I don't know what's happening. But
because you're setting up plans with your fucking wife.
No, I'm not. No, my sister called me now. Like, I mean, that's, yeah, we can talk about that off the air. Yeah,
off the air
stuff. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that on the air. I mean, when anybody else has.
I never even hit record for the second time.
Shut the fuck up. I didn't see it. I looked there for a second. I was like, wait a second, it said recording. I never care. You know, I never care. But because I'm always I always think, people can hear a conversation and try to kill me.
What?
Nothing.
Do you ever feel that way though, that somebody's monitoring you?
Not like on a day-to-day basis. No.
I'm not even talking about like government shit. I'm just talking about like someone that you might have came in contact with, it just like keeping tabs on you and shit.
Nah, I don't think about that stuff.
Nobody in your life?
No, dude, to be totally honest, I don't think about anything that like, and when I do, I try in my very best to not think about that. One of my favorite, she's a pastor and she's like a motivational speaker as well. She always says, think about what you think about. And that's such a profound thing, you know, and I feel like people don't even understand, don't even grasp it. Think what we think about.
Fucking opposite of my show. We just talk and not even thinking.
But I'm saying, for you, when you're with your own thoughts, you have to think about what you're thinking about, or else you have no control of your mind. And for some people, that may be a good thing. I don't know. But, you know, it's like, what I'm saying is, if you're a person who worries and you're worrying about something that you can't control, like I have a guest scheduled tomorrow. I hope it goes, like, you do what you do. And then past that, it's going to happen or it isn't. And you thinking about that, you have to purposely go, I'm going to think about something else. And you have to make yourself think about something else on purpose, or else your thoughts can just take over, you know?
I don't really have that problem.
I'm not saying you do or don't, but there are plenty of people that do.
I have a hard time not thinking about shit.
Yeah, I'm sure, because your mind's racing. I'm saying that.
But it's like stuff not really stuff I shouldn't be worried about, just stuff that's like, it's just ADHD is a weird thing. You get involved in a lot of shit, and it's like, because you feel like you're not doing enough, and then you end up getting involved in too much shit. Like, it's like driving, when you're driving your car and you're looking for, like, you get close to a location where, you know, you got to pay attention and see where the location is. And you got to turn the radio down.
Yeah.
Before you were fine with the radio on. Now suddenly you need the radio to turn down. Imagine like moments like that where you have like this, holy shit, I got to silence some noise. Imagine that, but it's like 24/7.
Right. No, I get it. I mean, you know, again, because I was.
You want to pause and call your sister back?
No. Because I was like, you know, diagnosed one time with ADHD, and I prescribed Adderall and everything like that. And I'm like, I didn't have ADHD. I was just bored. That's all it was. It was boredom. Hold on, give me one second.
I'm gonna pause it. I don't know where we were at when we paused.
I don't know, JFK. We caught past there. Oh no, I was just talking about the thinking what you're thinking about and all that kind of stuff like that. And you know, just how important, like I said, your thoughts.
And if you've made it this far into the episode, Jason Latona is a busy man. He's got a lot of things to do. So it looks like we're gonna wrap it. It's been a pleasure having Jason Latona back on the podcast. Jason, it's been a pleasure chatting with you.
I miss you, bro.
Yeah, I miss you too. Is there a plan? I wish you had more time for me, but you know, busy guy, celebs and all.
We didn't. What we did like an hour 40.
You took fucking 45 minutes to fucking start your computer, and then you gotta log back into your email.
We got on it. We got on at 10:05, the latest.
You're always late, but every time it's like you gotta take a bong hit before you get on the fucking podcast.
Dude, I know. I that's why I was so high, because I was waiting for my computer update, and I was just like, and Sarah was laughing because I was coughing, and every cough, like another huge puff of smoke came out. She's like, "Oh my God." And I was like, I only got time for
Wait,
one
is Sarah there now?
Yeah, she's here.
Sarah. Yeah, headphones on. She can't hear me.
She can't hear you.
No, tell her I said hi.
Robbie says hi, Sarah. There you go.
I heard her say hi.
She said hi.
Yeah, she's got to come on the show. She hasn't been on the show yet. Was she not like me or something? Fuck.
Yeah, she's on the same schedule as me.
Okay.
So
So it's either I choose you or I choose her.
Yeah. You could have got her on today. It would
I know. What the fuck?
Probably could have been better. She would have talked about midgets and flat earth.
Where can people find you, Jason?
I'm at Jason Latona on Instagram, and check us out our t-shirt site. If you're looking for funny little t-shirt, we just put out a new Stronger Thumbs t-shirt. I feel like I could market that toward video game players as well. Stronger Thumbs.
Yeah, send me another one.
Okay. Let me know what size you want and stuff. I'm making so actually text me because I'll make you this week. I know you like, what was that, 6XL? Fuck.
This is my out of the blank shirt.
I know, but I'm saying what size is it? Looks like Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
It's a Chinese fisherman.
Or Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
There's a volcano in the background.
Raiden. And I'm it's
pretty sure Raiden was white guy.
Yeah.
At good Pullas, at Jason Latona, Arm Sports.
I don't know. No, just at Jason Latona on my Instagram. So don't follow me. I don't need that drama in my life.
I'll make sure I link it all in the description. I'm an XL. Whenever you want to send looking small, look at small.
I'm big right now. That's why I look fat.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Out of the Blank. Stay tuned for next episode.